Good morning, fam. How y'all doing? Welcome back to Let's Talk About It. This is where we have some honest conversations about life, people, growth, and all the little things that folks don't want to say out loud. And today's topic, this one right here, we're talking about the quiet signs that someone doesn't like you anymore. You know, when they through with you, they done with you, but they just haven't told you yet. Now, listen, this isn't about being paranoid and this isn't about assuming everybody is against you. But as you get older and you gain more of life experiences, you start noticing something. People don't always announce when their feelings towards you change. Sometimes it's subtle, sometimes it's quiet. But if you pay attention, you'll see it. So let me ask you something. Have you ever had someone in your life who used to be warm towards you? They used to call, they used to check in, and they used to laugh with you. And then one day something just kind of shifted. Nothing dramatic happened, no big argument, but the energy between you just kind of changed. And suddenly you're sitting there and you're thinking one day, wait a minute, what happened? That's what we want to unpack today. That first sign is energy. You don't have to be psychic to feel when somebody's energy towards you shifts. Conversations become shorter. They don't laugh the same. You can almost feel a wall that wasn't there before. You know what the elders used to say, if you can remember, you probably heard them say, pay attention to how people make you feel. Because the energy it don't lie, honey. Now, sometimes people are just busy. We all have lives, right? But when someone is consistently treating you differently than they did before, that's usually telling you something. Now, here's another quiet sign. They stop supporting you. Not in a dramatic way, just kind of quietly. They don't acknowledge your accomplishments. They don't congratulate you. They might watch everything you do, but never say a thing. And let's be honest, in today's world, you can see all that on social media. You post something you're proud of, one of your achievements or one of your kids' achievement, one of your grandkids' achievement, and you can tell they saw it, but they ain't gonna respond. They ain't gonna comment. They ain't gonna like it. They ain't gonna dislike it. They just ain't gonna do nothing. But they saw it. Oh, honey, they watching everything you do, but they ain't gonna say a thing. And that silence speaks louder than words. Am I right? Now, don't get me wrong. Nobody owes you constant praise, right? We're not looking for that. But when someone who used to support you suddenly become quiet when you're winning, that's something that you should notice. Let me know in the chat if you ever experienced this. You had the support or you thought it was support from one of your friends, your family members, your relatives, whoever it may be. And then suddenly you felt like you didn't have that support, but nothing in your life changed, nothing in your relationship changed that you knew about, but you could feel the difference. Let me know in the chat if you ever experienced that. Now, another quiet sign is distance. They stop reaching out, they stop checking in. The relationship starts to feel a little one sided. And eventually, you realize something important. You're the only one maintaining this connection. You're the only one in this relationship, this friendship, this situationship, whatever you want to call it. You're the only one trying to put forth the effort. Now, here's something I learned as I got older. Relationships should feel mutual. They should feel mutual. Not that you should say it, they should say it, but it should feel mutual. not like it's a job that you got to maintain. If you're always the one calling, always the one checking in, and always the one trying to keep this thing going, eventually you got to ask yourself, is this relationship still balanced? Or am I in this relationship by myself? Friendships are like little plants, okay? You water them, you care for them, you give them sunlight. But if the plant stops, it stops, just suddenly stops growing and the leaves start dropping off, you know something is wrong somewhere. You did something, they did something, something is not quite right. Either the environment changed or the plant wasn't healthy in the first place. Okay? And sometimes relationships are like that too. You can't force growth where there's no interest anymore. So here's the important part for me. When you start noticing these signs, don't panic. Don't chase people trying to force them to stay. And sometimes the relationship just shifts. Sometimes people outgrow each other. And sometimes the truth is it's just simple. They changed or you changed. And that's just part of life. So today's message, again, is simple. You know, I leave simple messages. Pay attention to patterns, not just the words that are being said, but the patterns, the behavior. Because people rarely say, I don't like you anymore. You ever heard somebody say that? It's rare. It's a rare occasion that you might hear somebody actually tell you, I don't like you anymore. But their behavior will tell the story if you're willing to listen. And when you see it, accept it, adjust accordingly, and keep moving forward with your peace because the right people won't make you question or work for a relationship. All right, everybody? That's today's conversation. And tomorrow morning, maybe we'll be here to talk about another topic. We might have another topic worth talking about. And if so, I'll be here and I hope you'll be here too. Take care and I'll see you shortly. Have a great day, guys. Remember, keep it simple. You don't need that extra stress in your life. If it's done, it's done.